Hello, Leo. Welcome to your monthly reading for February. These are general readings, so they may not resonate with all of you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it does resonate, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. At the end of the reading, I will pull a card from the Oracle of Fairies for you, so stick around for that. But let's get into it. What is going on with Leo for February, please? And thank you. Okay, so this is you. This is what crosses you or your challenge for February. Your conscious energy, unconscious energy, your past, your future, attitude towards a situation, energy that surrounds you and you may not be aware of, hopes and fears, and the possible outcome of the situation. Okay, a lot of earth energy in your readings so far. So quick overview before we get into the clarifications. For your energy, Leo, you get to the Six of Cups. So this could possibly represent a soul connection or like a soul tie that you may have with somebody that kind of feels like you've known them for a long time. Or this could represent a feeling of familiarity, a feeling of, or possibly returning home to comfort, or just reflecting on your childhood memories, times when things were a little bit more simple. For what's crossing you or your challenge, you get the Hierophant, and this deck it is called the Oldest One. So I feel like you're really reflecting on the values, on the traditions that you had growing up, and possibly thinking a lot about how you want to, if you want to continue those traditions, if those are traditions that you want to uphold, or if this is tied to a relationship, how you view a traditional relationship, how you saw relationships being, how you saw relationships working in your childhood, possibly your parents' relationships, and seeing how that reflects in your current life. But we'll clarify. For your conscious energy, you do get the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like you want to be this person that everybody can come to for advice, or financial advice, or just kind of having this aura of comfort, of being somebody that other people can rely on and depend on. For your unconscious energy, you get the King of Pentacles. So there's, again, a lot of Pentacle energy, a lot of Earth energy. Don't know if you're dealing with an Earth sign in your current situation in February, but that's like kind of a very strong dynamic duo, so I don't know if you're dealing with somebody kind of similar to you. But it's almost kind of the same thing in your conscious energy, just like a more masculine form of it, but also a little bit more, possibly a little bit more financially stable. So I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of focus on finances at the moment. For your past, you get the Nine of Pentacles, so another Pentacles. So a lot of financial stability in your past as well, being able to spoil yourself and the people around you. For some reason, I feel like that's your main focus in February, is really a lot on financial freedom, financial stability, getting work done, and possibly maybe a little bit more of a traditional path with work. Maybe in your childhood there was a lot of, you saw your parents working hard, constantly, to provide for you and your family, and so you're trying to kind of emulate that same energy, but maybe you're struggling with the fact that you are working on a path that you are not really feeling fulfilled with. Maybe you're feeling financially fulfilled, but not emotionally fulfilled, but we'll see, we'll clarify. For your future energy, you get the Eight of Pentacles, so more work, focused on perfecting your craft, focused on being the best at what you do. For your attitude towards a situation, you get the Justice card. So feeling a need to balance things out, to realize some sort of truth in your life. I feel like maybe to balance things out, maybe you're working so much that you need a little bit more free time, a little bit more time with friends and your family to really feel that whole sense of fulfillment. For the energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of, though, you do get the World card. So there is this energy about you of something coming to an end, something coming full circle. Some sense or this feeling of accomplishment that you think you're about to reach that will make everything just click together. Like, make everything make sense. If that makes sense. We'll clarify. For your hopes and fears, you get the Three of Pentacles. So, feeling a need to maybe ask for some help. Ask for some help or collaborate with other people with whatever it is that you're working on. I feel like that's what you hope. Maybe you're a little fearful of that because you are so independent. It seems like you're focused, or you feel like you need to do everything by yourself. So wanting some help, hoping for some help, for some collaboration from people, but afraid of asking for it. For the possible outcome of the situation, you do get the Eight of Cups. So emotionally disconnecting from something, walking away from something that is no longer serving you, deciding that this isn't emotionally fulfilling for you anymore, so you're having to disconnect from it. Or this could just be an overall sense of emotional disconnect. But we'll clarify. Let's start off with the Six of Cups for your energy for February, Leo. Why is the Six of Cups here for Leo's energy for February, please? And thank you. Okay. For the Six of Cups, you get the Devil, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Cups. Interesting. Okay. So maybe you're realizing some aspects of your childhood that you didn't realize were unhealthy, like reflecting back on it and thinking, you used to think, oh, that was great, that's amazing, so good, for such a happy childhood, such a good relationship, possibly. And now you're kind of realizing that you're not sure if that's exactly the way that you want to show up in a relationship or in the world in general, thinking that, or realizing that seems like there was a lot of focus in your childhood on financial stability, on, being successful, or possibly some codependency issues, feeling a need for something, feeling a need for financial stability or financial, excess. And placing so much importance on that to where it felt like there was like a sacrifice of creativity, if that makes sense. Or if this is in regards to a relationship that you saw in your childhood, possibly realizing that that relationship was possibly a little toxic, even though for a long time you thought it was such a great relationship, that it was the epitome of what you wanted for yourself and your life. Let's clarify the Hierophant for what's crossing you or your challenge for February. Epitome, I think I used that word right, but I could be wrong. Alright, let's clarify the Hierophant for what's crossing Leo in February. For the Hierophant, you get the Ace of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. Okay. So I don't know, since you've reached this place of financial security to where you can feel this freedom to feel like you can go for something that you're a little bit more passionate about, there's this sense of kind of leaving comfort, growing and expanding your horizons, since you do have this financial stability now. Possibly even, trying to change directions from the more traditional path, which is interesting. Feels like this is the start of something new for you, of you creating kind of your own traditions instead of following something that somebody has set in stone for you already. Let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles for your conscious energy. For the Queen of Pentacles, you get the Five of Cups, the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So, with the Five of Cups here and the Lovers, I don't know if you're grieving the loss of some relationship here. The Lovers can also represent a partnership, and with the Three of Pentacles here as well, I don't know if there's like a failed partnership at work, something that you thought, some sort of collaboration that you thought was really going to pan out for you and just didn't. Either way, it feels like you were the one who had to take care of everything. You had to, financially and emotionally, it felt like you were the caregiver in all aspects. And I don't know if you're still in this relationship or in this dynamic, but it's kind of giving you this sense of grief, of loss, of sadness. Even if you are still in it, if you're not in it, you're still like grieving the loss of that relationship. But I felt like there wasn't a strong partnership there, or there isn't a strong partnership there, and you're kind of analyzing that and wanting this person to, or wishing this person had worked with you a little bit more to balance the situation out to where it wasn't all on you. Let's clarify the King of Pentacles for your unconscious energy. For the King of Pentacles, you get the Three of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Two of Cups. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if this is unconsciously, I feel like you are so focused on getting things done, on accomplishing things, and I feel like this person that you are in a relationship with or were in a relationship with, they didn't have the same drive as you. They don't have the same drive as you. They make time for friends, they make time for family, they possibly go out a lot more than you do, and maybe you were a little resentful of that because you're focused so much on gaining stability and possibly, creating this solid foundation for you guys while they're out, having fun, and then you started to build a little resentment against them for that because you felt like they weren't also working towards that same goal. Let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles for your past. Okay. Alrighty. Sure, I got everything here. Alrighty. Alright, for the Nine of Pentacles in your past, you get the Empress, the Seven of Cups, the Three of Swords. Alright. So, again, there's this energy of being a caretaker, but then reevaluating your options, and kind of there was something that led to an ending that was very hard to... It just really hurt you for that to have to end. I don't know if this was the end of your options, of having to make a certain decision and kind of leave other options behind, or if this ending led to you having to reevaluate other options. This could be other options in work or in love, but I don't know if this is the situation where this relationship ended with the Lovers here in your conscious energy that you are kind of still upset about. And I feel like you were evaluating why exactly went wrong, what went wrong, what was your part, what was their part, how did this come to an end, which is interesting. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles for your future energy here. Okay. For the Eight of Pentacles, you get the Six of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Sun. It's interesting that the Six of Cups comes up in your future energy when that is your main energy in February as well. again, I feel like this is some work ethic that was instilled in you when you were a child. Something that your parents worked really, really hard to be able to provide for you and your family. And so when you see other people in your life not working hard, it irritates you for some reason. And I feel like that really especially irritates you if you're in a relationship with somebody. I feel like you working hard, being responsible and dedicated towards something brings you a sense of happiness, a sense of fulfillment. But I feel like you are kind of evaluating that. Why do you need to always be this responsible person to be financially stable? Well, of course you need to be financially stable, but why do you need to sacrifice other aspects of your life and be such a workhorse all of the time to where you can't have freedom in other areas, where you can't, go out with friends? And why are you so judgmental of other people who don't have the same work ethic as you? So I feel like that's a little bit of your struggle, but in the future you're kind of going back to that same energy of, this is what I know, this is what I'm going to stick to, and I'm going to perfect my craft, and I'm going to work hard to get what I want in this life, or to attain some sort of goal. And because it does seem to give you a lot of happiness and fulfillment to work on whatever it is that you're working on, whatever goal or aspiration or passion that you do have. Let's clarify the Justice card here for your attitude towards the situation. Okay. For the Justice card, you get the 8 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like your attitude is you think, all right, I'm going to balance things out. I'm not going to work so much. I'm going to focus on other areas of my life. But you're kind of being self-deceptive because in your head, you're trapped by this need to work, this need to always constantly be busy, to be productive all of the time, and not to give yourself that freedom or that grace to kind of let loose, to explore other areas of your life, to, make new connections. I don't know. It just seems like you're very hard on yourself in regards to work and finances, and you can't seem to get out of your own head that if you stop working, that something is going to go wrong. Let's clarify the World card for the energy that surrounds you and you may not be aware of. Alright, for the World card, you get the Tower, the Star, the Magician. That's 4 major arcana cards. So I don't know what is going on. So the Tower and the Star, I don't know, I feel like you almost want things to crumble out of your control so you can rebuild in a different way. I feel like you're almost manifesting it, but you don't want to be the cause of this destruction. You want it to happen and have no sort of say in it, like, well, that wasn't my fault. Hey, girl. Hey, babies. Yeah. Aww. Yeah. Sorry. She has heart problems, so. And so you can almost have this, like, renewal of faith and this sense of positivity that, you will be able to rebuild even if you are starting from scratch. Which is interesting. Even though you've worked so hard for something, but it's almost like the thing that you've worked so hard for is you still feel the need to work so hard for it all of the time. So it's almost like if that thing just like, sorry I say like a lot, but if that thing just went away, or like if you lost it for some reason that was in no way your fault, then you could feel this sense of freedom. Let's clarify the 3 of Swords, not 3 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles for your hopes and fears. Okay. For the 3 of Pentacles, you get the Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, the King of Cups. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting because that's like one of the only cups that have come up is that King of Cups, other than the Two of Cups here in your unconscious energy, and then that Knight of Cups to begin with. So I feel like you want to start working on building your relationships again, on, focusing on how to connect with people on a deeper level, more than just, I feel like you have a really good relationship with the people that you work with, but not so much of good relationships outside of work. But there's also something that you want to start, possibly something with a collaboration with other people that does fulfill you more emotionally than whatever it is that you are working on now. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups for the possible outcome of the situation. Okay. For the Eight of Cups, you get the Six of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Page of Wands. Okay. So you're definitely going to be, or you are possibly going to be detaching yourself from something, walking away from something, not only emotionally, because I was worried this was going to be just you disconnecting from your emotions, but I feel like you're emotionally disconnecting from something that is no longer serving you, as well as mentally detaching from it as well. Possibly mentally detaching from this need to be such a workhorse all the time. It feels like you are kind of finally setting out on your own adventure, or at least planning on setting out on your own adventure, and this thought of this, or this planning that you are doing, is filling you with a lot of excitement, a lot of freedom, kind of the sense of bravery. It's going to take a lot of courage for you to kind of get out of your comfort zone, to take a little bit more of a risk, because I feel like the path you're on feels very safe for you, but it doesn't fulfill you. And so you're trying to figure out a path that will fulfill you and also make you feel secure. Let's get a card from the Oracle of Fairies for you, Leo. Do the fairies want Leo to know in February, please? Moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily, although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. I'll read a little bit from here for you. This card draws your attention to your diet and how the food you eat has a direct influence on your health. Perhaps you're consuming too much unhealthy food, or drinking to excess, or know someone who is. When it comes to food and drink, moderation is the key. We're all capable of developing either healthy or unhealthy eating habits, and it's important to be honest with yourself about this. How does the food you eat make you feel? Are you always trying out new food fads? Do you still feel empty after a meal? Eating excessively is a sign we're lacking in something else. A lack of love or feeling of being unloved can create false hunger. If you feel you or someone you know has an eating disorder, then it's important to seek professional help so that a balanced relationship with food can be regained. The fairies encourage you to eat food that's fresh, pure, and ideally free of pesticides. Raw foods such as salads could give us extra energy due to the increased nutrients and vitamins that they contain. Now, it might also be worth exploring natural vitamin supplements, especially in wintertime. I feel like this can also relate to work, moderation, not focus so much on work, making also time for play as well. But that is all I have for you, Leo, for February. I really hope this helped, and have a wonderful rest of your day.